All right, so we are in the middle of 9.2. And we're going to start talking about measurements of volume. So this is a three-dimensional measurement. So in this three-dimensional figure, how many cubic units are there? So there's 2 times 3 times 4. And that equals 24 cubic units. So that's a measurement of volume. All right. Number 8, 1,250 cubic feet to gallons. So on our sheet, we do have a conversion factor for 1 cubic foot equals 7.48 gallons. So we have 1,250 cubic feet. So feet to the third power, that's just another way of writing cubic feet. So I'm going to put cubic feet in the denominator and then gallons on the top. All right, so 1 cubic foot equals 7.48 gallons. So then we just multiply 1,250 times 7.48. All right, so that gives me 9,350. And that's gallons. All right, number 9, we have 350 gallons to cubic yards. Okay, so let's see. And we actually do have a direct conversion factor for that on the sheet. It says 1 cubic yard equals 200 gallons. So 350 gallons to cubic yards. So 1 cubic yard equals 200 gallons. So to solve that, we would basically, we can multiply 350 times 1 over 200. That's 1.75 cubic yards. All right. Number 10 says 28 cubic centimeters to milliliters. So on the sheet, it says that 1 milliliter equals 1 cubic centimeter. All right, so, 28 cubic centimeters. So 1 cubic centimeter equals 1 milliliter. So 28 cubic centimeters equals 28 milliliters. Okay. All right, so number 11, that one's going to be a little bit more challenging because you don't have a direct conversion factor. So let's see. Looking at our formula sheet, the only thing we really have related to liters on there would be milliliters. So let's convert 5 kiloliters to milliliters. All right, and we can do that with King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So if we want to go from kiloliters to milliliters, we move the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to the right. So basically we're adding on 6 zeros. So 5 kiloliters equals 5 million milliliters. All right, and then we can do milliliters to cubic centimeters, because we know 1 milliliter equals 1 cubic centimeter. And then we have to figure out how to convert from cubic centimeters to cubic decameters. All right, well, to me, the easiest way to do that is to use meters, because I know that there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. And then since it's cubed, I have to take that 100 to the 3rd power. And then there are 10 decameters in 1 meter. And since it's cubed, that 10 is raised to the 3rd power. All right, so I'm going to multiply 5 million times 1 over 100 to the 3rd power. So to do to the 3rd power, we can use this button right here, which is the caret. And so that's to the power of 3. All right, so that. And then multiply by 10 to the power of 3. And it comes out to be 5,000. So 5,000 cubic decameters. Yes.
Why do you raise it to the 3rd power?
Because it's cubic units. So if we know that there's like 100 centimeters in a meter, then there's 100 to the 3rd power of cubic centimeters in a cubic meter. So yeah, it's just like we were talking about last time. We talked about the square units. So it's a square yard. So since there's 3 feet in 1 yard, that means there'd be 9 square feet in a square yard. And if we made it 3-dimensional, then we'd have to do, multiply it by 3 again. So it'd be like 27 cubic feet inside of a cubic yard. All right. Any other questions about any of that? All right. Number 12 says in 1975, a campus houses 3,429 people and covers 3.2 square miles. In 2005, the campus houses 6,218 people and covers 5.1 square miles. Find the population density for each year and the percent of increase. Okay. So population density would be people per square mile. So for 1975, that would be 3429 divided by 3.2. All right, so I'll just round that to the nearest whole number. So that's approximately 1,072 people per square mile. All right, and then for 2005, 6218 divided by 5.1. So that's approximately equal to 1219 people per square mile. So that's the population density in each of those years. And then you want to find the percent of increase in the population density from one year to the other. So I would just, you're going to subtract to see the amount that it increased. So 1219 minus 1072. All right, and that would equal the amount that the population density increased. And then you have to, so you want the percent increase, so you're going to divide that by the earlier value, which is 1072. Okay, so approximately 0.137, and so we'll convert that to a percent, so that would be 13.7%. So a 13.7% increase. All right. 9.3. So we're going to talk about weight and temperature in this section. All right, and the first couple of problems have to do specifically with the weight of water. So we know that 1 milliliter equals 1 cubic centimeter. So that's true for all, substances. Those are just measurements of volume. But it also, if the substance that you're referring to is water, then the weight of that is also equal to 1 gram. So if we have 0.07 cubic meters of water, we want to convert that to kilograms. Okay. Okay, well, first we would need to convert cubic meters to cubic centimeters. Oops. So I need to put the meters on the denominator. All right, so I know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter, and then since it's cubic units, I would take that 100 and raise it to the third power. Okay. And then I can convert from cubic centimeters to grams because I know that 1 cubic centimeter of water weighs 1 gram. And then I can convert from grams to kilograms. And I know that 1 kilogram has 1,000 grams. All right, so then I'm going to multiply 0.07 times 100 to the third power. And then I'm going to divide that by 1,000. And that equals 70. So 70 kilograms of water. All right. Number 2. So we have 0.22 kiloliters of water. So we need to convert that to milliliters. So we could do that using our King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So if we want to convert from kiloliters to milliliters, we need to move it 6 times, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to equal, so 0.22 kiloliters equals, oops. So that'd be 220,000 milliliters. Okay, and 1 gram, 1 milliliter of water weighs 1 gram. So that's just going to be 220,000 milliliters, 220,000 grams of water. Okay. Number 3, we want to convert 520 milligrams to decigrams. Okay, so we're going to move the decimal point 2 times to the left. So that's going to equal 5.2 decigrams. And number 4, we want to convert 35 ounces to pounds. 35 ounces. And we know that there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So 35 divided by 16 equals 2.1875 pounds. Number 5, 425 grams, and we want to convert that to ounces. So 1 ounce equals 28 grams. One ounce equals 28 grams. So 425 divided by 28 is approximately 15.18 ounces. Okay, 152 pounds to kilograms. So on our formula sheet, it tells us that 1 pound equals 0.45 kilograms. Okay. So we have 152 pounds. All right, so what is it? 1 is a pound, kilograms. 1 pound equals 0.45 kilograms. So 152 times 0.45. That's 68.4 kilograms. Number 7 is 2.5 ounces, and we want to convert that to milligrams. So we don't have a direct conversion factor, so we're just going to first convert that to grams. 2.5 ounces. So ounces to grams. So 1 ounce is 28 grams. And we want to convert grams to milligrams. And 1 gram has 1,000 milligrams. Okay, so 2.5 times 28 times 1,000 is 70,000 milligrams. right. So let's move on to temperature units. All right, so the formula that is on our formula sheet is Fahrenheit equals 1.8 Celsius plus 32. All right, that's the formula that's on our formula sheet, so that's the formula we're going to use. And then, so just to give you some ideas, some comparison here. So in Fahrenheit, which is what we more commonly use in the US, 32 degrees is the freezing point of water. And in Celsius, they've set that to be 0 degrees. And the boiling point of water in our Fahrenheit scale is 212. In Celsius, that's 100. Normal body temperature in Fahrenheit is 98.6, and in Celsius, that's 37. So every time the Fahrenheit temperature is going up by 9, the Celsius temperature is going up by 5. So you don't have to like memorize this, but this is just to give you an idea of the comparison. All right. So if we want to convert 50 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, okay, so F equals 1.8 times 50 plus 32. All right, we can just plug that in the calculator. 1.8 times 50 plus 32 is 122. So 122 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, and then number 9, we want to convert 51 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay, so using that same formula, so we put in 51 for F. So 51 equals 1.8 C plus 32. And then we have to solve that for C. So I would start by subtracting 32 from both sides. So 51 minus 32 is 19. So 19 equals 1.8 C. And then divide both sides by 1.8. So that's approximately 10.556 degrees Celsius. Number 10, we want to convert negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. So negative 22 equals 1.8 C plus 32. And I will subtract 32 from both sides. So negative 22 minus 32 equals negative 54. So negative 54 equals 1.8 C. And then just divide both sides by 1.8. And that's negative 30 degrees Celsius. Number 11 says the label on a bottle of medicine says that each 5 milliliter teaspoonful contains 1.52 grams of glucose. If the bottle is 4 ounces, how many grams of glucose are in the bottle? Okay, so the bottle is 4 ounces. That's what I'm going to start with. And it also tells us 1 ounce is 30 milliliters. Okay. So probably want to start with converting ounces to milliliters. 1 ounce equals 30 milliliters. All right. And then it tells us that for every 5 milliliters, there's 1.52 grams of glucose. All right, so we want to know how many grams of glucose are in the whole bottle. So that should do it. So 4 times 30 times 1.52 over 5. Equals 36.48 grams of glucose. All right. Any questions about that? All right. I'm going to give you a copy of the test review.